welcome to the official Nintendo podcast.
Usually on sale now. $3.99.
Unbelievable.
Bosh. Hello and welcome to the official Nintendo Magazine podcast. This is number 22. I'm your host Neil Long.
Woo!
I'm joined by... Thanks, Gav. Joined by Steve Hogarty. Hello.
Hello, how do you do?
I am doing fine. Tom East.
Hello.
Hello. Chris Scullion.
Hi.
Hi.
Let's keep it short. Keep it brief.
And Gav Murphy.
Hello.
Hello. This month we're going to be talking about all the lovely things in official Nintendo Magazine issue 69, which is on sale now, £3.99.
Cheap. That's cheap.
Lovely badges with that one.
Was it?
Badges.
4 free
Badges.
badges.
And what's it on the badges?
Either good or bad characters from the Mushroom Kingdom.
Sweet. It's not those Emily Strange where they've been hanging around the office. If you're giving away those,
Definitely
I'm
not those.
leaving.
Badges.
Yeah,
I thought it was badgies.
not
As in
badgers, the animal.
No,
badges.
I thought it was badgies, as in the onion treat.
Badges.
Thoroughly disappointed.
That'd be hazardous on the newsstand.
Be a bit greasy.
Yeah, I
Onwards.
suppose. I didn't think it through.
Yeah. So this month, alongside tangents like that, we'll be talking about the games we've been playing, giving away amazing prizes, literally amazing, answering your questions and reading out your game pitches. But now it's what we've been playing.
I like to think I'm quite good at platformers.
That is a lengthy
I'll
task.
tell you what, I'm really there. I'm really there.
It's really good. It's really
awesome.
good.
Yeah, I just
Utter rubbish in the
also really cool. Really? That's a really good
They're not my cup of tea, those sort of games.
Really?
They're not mine usually either, but every spare minute of my time I'm really best.
Okay, so as you'll have noticed from the mentalness of the last collection of noises, we got some new jingles.
Yes.
Thanks, Matthew Davidson.
Who's also
Is it Davidson?
Davidson
or
or Davison, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
He's really cool though. He's an actual
He's an
professional
awesome
man.
Yeah.
Like, he did.
He's got
Professional man.
He's like a
He's a
real
pro.
grown-up
He
with a proper job.
He's done some audio stuff for something called The Agency, which is like a modelling thing. I've heard. I don't watch it.
Yeah.
It's not about games, so.
Yeah.
But apparently, yeah, he's blessed on Channel 4, so essentially
Wow.
we are Channel 4.
Basically,
Yeah.
he knows his onions.
As professional and slick as Channel 4 broadcasting.
Yeah.
I am. I can't speak for you. Dullards. Dragging me down constantly,
Miscreants.
but yeah.
Thanks. So what we've been playing this month, Chris, one of the biggest reviews in the issue, Dead or Alive.
Yeah, I mean, I
good, isn't
didn't.
it?
Yeah, I didn't write it because I was in
No.
up north for a couple of weeks. But when I came back, I got to grips with it. I really like it. I like.
You got more Scottish since you got
I
back.
don't know, I got to
Got
grips
gloss
with
on
it. I was just slipping back in my native tongue.
Do your mates do that thing when you go home and go, oh, you've lost your
Oh,
Scottish? You don't sound
exactly.
Scotch
No, I
anymore."
clearly haven't. I'm clearly still Scottish. They go, "Oh, you're saying you can talk like you're English now?" No, I'm just
Who are you friends with?
They sound amazing. I wish they were my friends.
Like
friends with a cast of nerds. Yeah, so Dead or Alive, yeah, it's good. I like fighting games anyway, and I always kind of secretly prefer Dead or Alive to Street Fighter, but I can never really say because it's never been on a Nintendo system
Surely
until
not.
now. Yeah, I just like it. I like Street Fighter, but I like. I don't know, just when you play Dead or Alive, it kind of feels like an actual fight in a kung fu movie or something. Because there's no fireballs or anything like that. It's just, it feels like a really smooth flowing like combos and all
Is
that
it
stuff.
because you're a fan of the wobbly lady bits?
I've got to admit, I didn't actually
Those
notice
wobbly
those.
knees.
I didn't actually notice those, Neil. To be honest,
Right.
I'm spoken for. I don't look out for
Of
these
course.
things.
It's the only thing that I was looking for.
Was it?
I interviewed the
Yeah.
Dead or Alive guys, be like, can I see a big picture of them? Bigger.
Oh dear.
Well, more fool you because you'll have missed the gripping gameplay which lies within the bosom of the game.
One of the things I really like about it is you have to unlock stuff. That's the thing I'm sort of struggling with Street Fighter. It's amazing. It looks amazing, but that thingy, what are they? Not
Oh,
trophies.
the figure collection.
That's not enough to keep me interested. Like, I play through the game and I just found myself going, all right, I've never played as Dudley before, I'll try it with Dudley. And then sort of, if I get stuck, I just think, well, I've got nothing to gain from doing this other than the fact to say I completed it with Dudley.
It's weird.
Whereas
It's
with Dead
just-
or Alive, you're unlocking stuff all the time. I think, I don't know, I think Capcom sort of done,
It's just everything
done
Dead
themselves a
or
mischief
Alive
with that.
does seems to do better than Street Fighter. The only thing where that could be up for debate is the gameplay, obviously, because it's just different people's tastes. Some people
Yeah.
prefer Street Fighter, and that's fair enough.
But I
in
prefer
terms
Street Fighter
of
over Dead or Alive as a fighting game.
yeah,
but I
but
just
in
think
terms of what it offers, Dead or Alive's got not all the characters unlocked at the start, so you've got an excuse to unlock characters and stages.
Yeah.
There's a proper story mode that takes about 3 hours to get through. There's still a trophy collecting thing.
Yeah.
But each character's got like 50 poses, and when you get the trophies, you can then put them on a stage and rotate the camera around with a gyroscope and take photos and stuff. It's just
That's the
does slightly-
perv mode.
that's the
I believe
that's
it's
the yes, that's the pervert mode. It's called.
What's
Good
the
news.
Metroid thing
It's-
like? Stage.
It's just one stage. It's pretty cool, but it's like it's not like Metroid fans should be rushing out to buy it just for that. It's just one stage. You unlock it later on,
Yeah.
and when you knock someone off the edge, Ridley grabs them and scrapes them across the wall and chucks them back on. So
Yeah.
that's about it. But it's nice enough.
That confuses me when game worlds collide like
Collide.
that.
it happens a lot in
It's
fighting
like,
games, though. They love it, don't they?
Yeah.
This is odd.
Soul Calibur,
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
I don't like
Recently.
it. I don't like that happening.
You don't
Spawn.
like Link being in Soul Calibur.
No, I like that. I like that.
I like that.
Oh, it's you that don't like it.
I don't like that.
I need to know how they got.
They need to exist
No.
in their own world.
I like they got there.
Oh yeah,
I want to know the backstory.
Why did he enter into this tournament? I don't understand. He's got his
Yeah,
own
the last time I see you, yeah.
I like it when it works, but when they put Yoda in Soul Calibur 4, that
That was
didn't
cool.
work. No, because he's tiny and you can't hit him with like half the attacks, and it's like
I like that.
No, that's a no,
No.
to that one.
the answer.
What
The
was
answer is
PlayStation?
no.
Kratos, wasn't it?
That's
Yeah.
For
was it.
PlayStation, yeah, that's who I do. And he's in Mortal Kombat as well.
That's
I quite like that though.
Mortal
Because with fighting games, you get more of a scope to be able to do stuff like that because no one really cares about the single player.
Well, I was kind of hoping Samus would be in this one because they put
That's
a
mental,
Spartan
she's not,
from
yeah.
Halo in the last Dead or Alive on the Xbox. I thought
Yeah.
they were going to do the same, but they didn't.
It's getting a bit
So
too
that's very annoying.
Smash Brothers then though, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like,
Yeah.
dangerous territory.
Yep.
Yeah. So highly recommended as a big
Yeah,
sex
definitely.
pet.
Sex pet.
Hello.
Easy.
Freudian slip.
That's illegal.
There's a big 6-page review in the issue on sale now, written by a gentleman called Simon Parkin. It's very well written. You should read it. The other thing, we've been playing, all of us, in fact, Resident Evil Mercenaries.
Moistenaries.
Moistenaries!
The
Just getting a New York accent.
That's what you should do when you start this in New York version. Resident Evil, the Moistenaries.
Yeah, it's very good, isn't it? We played a bit of co-op, didn't we, Steve?
Yes, it handles really well. It's the second time we've played it since it was revealed, and I think just as it uses the circle pad perfectly, the way shooters should be using the circle pad.
Yeah.
I.e., not the way Splinter Cell did it, trying to.
Yeah.
Let's stop complaining about that game. But yeah, it just feels really good, really fluid, really quick as well. You don't feel like you're hindered by the controls at all.
You can move and fire a bit more. can't you?
Yes, yeah, and there's also melee attacks you can do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are really cool. Like when you're Krauser and stuff, you basically, if you're going to get any kind of like starishness, then with Krauser, you've got to sort of master the melee.
Yeah.
You should get me writing
It says
reviews,
in
mate.
the,
Master the melee. That's a caption for you. You can have that.
Starishness.
Get you more starish.
Yeah, forget that.
When that comes through, I'll be like, "Cat points."
Yeah.
What does it mean?
I'll just be pointing at Master the melee, mate. I came up with that.
Alliteration. Wow.
It looks amazing as well.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, it really
That's
does.
really
Yeah.
good.
it's a great looking game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been looking at. Like, I've been obviously dealing with a lot of the footage and stuff, and a lot of the stuff we get through from some third-party people. I'm not naming any names, but you look at it and you think, that's not coming from that, is it? But
Yeah.
with Mercenaries, the footage came through was amazing, and then the
Yeah.
footage when you actually see it in game, that is the footage that they haven't messed with it at all. I'm not saying that people do; they do.
Yeah. Well, it's the first game of that kind on 3DS, isn't it?
Yeah.
And for that reason, it just looks completely
Exactly,
new
yeah.
and fresh and exciting.
I mean, I think it's going to open up with stuff like that, with Metal Gear, when Revelations is released, like, it's going to open up a whole new sort of... A lot of people, I think, will start coming back to Nintendo, particularly with the 3DS, I think. People who may not have played it for a while.
We're starting to notice as well that some games and some developers are better at using the 3D than other developers. I really thought it was the case of, like, in the code, just turning 3D equals on, and then it's just going to take the 3D information and do it normally.
I think that is how it's done.
But we've seen, I think Combat of Giants was a great example of it. Just in the menu screen, it's just you get double vision on some of the menu options, and so clearly they haven't made the 3D work properly.
You get to play the best games, don't you?
The thing is, I think with the 3D stuff,
the Ubisoft games I get to play.
yeah, you can. You're not allowed to play any Ubisoft games anymore.
Not Ghost Recon though. It's too good.
Ghost Recon 3 good.
Take it away from
That is
Steve.
actually good.
Steve, you smiling? Give me that.
Give it here.
The thing is, like 3D, I've sort of become a little bit interested in like sort of how game people are using it and stuff, and I think a lot of what people have been doing is expecting people not to be putting the 3D up full. So, but I mean, I don't know. I've got my 3DS and I'm thinking, well, I paid for it. I want to get the most out of it. I'm putting it up, to the top. But a lot of people, a lot of third-party developers haven't sort of been watched, or there's no sort of policing at the moment going on where they've gone, you really can't do that. This is way, way too much for people to take. But they're thinking, well, people aren't going to watch on that. Well, people are. Like, that's what's happening.
I tell you what's the worst of that. That's just what I was going to say.
I have to play that on halfway, or
Pilot
not
Wings.
at
It's
all.
the only game I
yeah,
can't
I'm
play
the
with 3D all the way up, because the 3D works too well where, like in real life, you can't focus on the background and the foreground at the same time.
Yeah.
So you need to bring it down to about halfway so they both kind of blend in.
Hence the depth slider.
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
I mean, with Combat of Giants, though, one of the things, not to rag on Combat of Giants all the time, because I like dinosaurs. So.
Yeah, but definitely don't buy it. Don't buy.
Yeah,
Combat of
go and
Giants.
watch Jurassic Park.
If we're going technicals, I can show my skills. Like they do,
Right.
there's a thing called a
we go.
window violation, which is basically
I don't want to hear about window violation.
Window violation. I know. Come on. Last time you spoke about this, what happened?
if something
Violate my ears.
that's meant to be sort of in front of the screen goes behind the screen, it looks crazy to the eyes, and you can't sort of
Clever girl.
focus on it, yeah.
It looks crazy to the eyes.
And that happens a lot.
Technical conversation.
That happens a lot in.
Do you want to tell us about convergence?
That's what it says in the BBC guidelines. It looks crazy to the eyes.
Fine, that's it. You don't get any more now.
You've done
This
too
is
much
a mental
talking.
picture. Please don't show us this.
Yeah.
After a bit of my office bullying,
Don't worry anyone else. It's just me.
you deserve it.
It's an interesting point you make about the depth side of everyone wanting to slide it up all the way as well. It's not like when you buy a fridge and you go, you crack it all the way up to the top, and it's like, I want it to be as cold as possible.
I want it max cold.
I paid for the fridge. I'm not
Actually-
half cold food.
although
I actually do that. Like my girlfriend goes mental because I like my drinks like really cold, so I turn the fridge all the way up so it's like ice cold. No, because I did do it
Simple
just.
man, I like my drinks cold.
No, I do it just below the point where it freezes, so it's like ice cold but not icy. But she doesn't like that.
What happens when you put lettuce in it then? The lettuce gets all icy.
Well,
Tomatoes,
listen.
well.
Yeah, tomatoes.
Tomatoes,
You're right,
yeah.
Tom.
They're called iceberg.
Horrible.
They're called iceberg lettuce for a reason. So.
What about romaine? Romaine.
Yeah, there's
romaine
different kinds of
lettuce.
lettuce.
Well, we specialise in icebergs.
What happens when you have dinner? Do you have it extremely hot?
Look, listen. I like my nightly dinner of Capri Sun, and it's just like.
Yeah. I suppose in the same way,
Capri Sun
I understand
ice
your point though, but I guess the first thing that I did when I bought like a massive surround sound system, cranked it up to full just to see what it's like.
Yeah.
Obviously I'm not going to watch everything on that, that's insane.
You should.
But
Antiques Roadshow, like 5.1 surround sound. Just when he says, "Oh, it's worth about £200," you can hear people behind you going, "Oh, I wouldn't pay that. I wouldn't pay that."
it really feels like you're there.
You see a woman just behind you to the right going, "Oh, very good."
It's the Resident Evil mercenaries there. That previewed in this issue, review next issue. You're reviewing it on Monday, in fact, aren't you, Steve?
Yes, cannot wait to wrap my mitts around.
Steve's reviewing Mercenaries. We haven't thought this through, mate. It's going to be good.
Oh, it's going to be good, isn't
Good
it?
as well.
Actually, Chris, maybe you should do
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, I'll see.
Damn you!
No mercenaries for you.
Wise guy.
Where's the cats?
Back.
Hey, Reggie, where the moistener is at?
You ain't getting mercenaries until the first launch period. Then you can play it.
Jeez. All right, video games chat there. Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. Chris,
Oh,
you
that was
repeat
me.
that?
Of the Caribbean.
The Caribbean.
Yeah, I did the Wii version. It's just the same as every Lego game I've ever played in my life.
Ooh. Review.
But it's got pirates in it.
Yeah. He's got an amusing walk.
He does. He runs like Johnny Depp does in that one scene in the film.
Yeah.
You know when he gets chased and he goes, "Arr." It's like, he doesn't make that noise, but he runs like that, which is fun. It's nice attention to detail, but
Yeah.
I mean, you've played one of these. They're good games, but you've played them all.
Lego
Played them all.
games,
They
Yeah.
still do that thing where there's a big stack of blocks somewhere, and you go over and hold the button, and they go
Yeah.
and stack them all up,
Yeah.
and then
Quite like
Yeah.
that noise.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's
That's a
really
cool
satisfying.
effect.
Yeah.
I like that when you collect the studs.
Yeah.
And all. It's still a proper OCD nightmare. Like
Oh, yeah.
if you want all the studs and all the red bricks and everything, you're just talking like 20 hours.
Yeah.
It's just fair enough, but
It's a good game to play if you have younger siblings or family members.
Yeah,
It's a good game
definitely.
to play where I don't feel bored playing multiplayer with them. Like,
Yeah.
I'll have a go and sort of enjoy it almost on the same level as them.
yeah.
So I'm a child. It's like a man's body.
I mean, it's
But
it's fun. It's just some bits, like the cutscenes are far too long. I mean, I know the cutscenes are the key part of
funny though,
these
like
things,
the
but
noises and stuff.
But the thing is, you need to kind of know Pirates of the Caribbean
Yeah.
inside
Oh,
out this thing
completely,
to really appreciate
But
it,
that's the
which is understandable. You would need that anyway, but stuff like Star Wars, Harry Potter, and
Yeah.
stuff, you
I
would
mean, the
expect
reason
people know more inside
more
out.
iconic,
Yeah,
recognisable
Yeah.
scenes
So
there's
in
no-
those.
Pirates of the Caribbean's massive though. I can't
Yeah.
stand it, but
yeah.
I saw number 4 the other day.
Yeah, I was.
Really?
Pointless experience of my life.
Really?
Yeah, it's like they're making one of the things that
It's a shame.
like I
When
don't
is-
know,
when is
it
it
just
out?
wasn't funny. 17th or something. I don't know. Like, it just
It's got
wasn't.
Lovejoy in it though.
It has
Has
got
it?
Lovejoy, yeah.
Wow,
It
I
is,
wanna watch
but
it.
They all
See
look
that's an extra 10%.
But they all look
why don't
exactly
they make
the
Lego
same.
Lovejoy?
Lovejoy. That would be the
Yeah.
plus points if we did that.
That would be better.
But they
Yeah.
they all look exactly the same. So he plays Blackbeard, and you think, all right, he's going to be this massive sort of mental guy. And he comes out, oh, just a bit of eyeliner, Blackbeard, looks exactly like Johnny Depp does. Like everyone really likes Johnny Depp. Let's make everyone look like him.
Can we get two Johnny Depp? There's only one Johnny Depp.
There's a scene
Let's
where there is
make
two
them up.
Johnny Depps.
Oh really?
Serious. and that's preceded by a scene with
come
Keith
on.
Richards in. And it's just not funny. I remember seeing the first one, absolutely loving it, but then
I didn't like
See,
the first
I
one.
saw the first one and thought that's okay. I don't need to watch anymore.
It's sort of relevant because if you want to, if you like Pirates of the Caribbean,
yeah.
Yeah,
then this will be
As many
fine.
of our readers do.
yeah, yeah.
This
exactly.
This is the
Yeah.
point with the Lego games.
It's a
Because
good-
they're all really, really well made.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
for sort of children's games, like children's games that come out to sort of tie in with films, this is definitely up there with probably one of the best, I
Yeah,
reckon,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
the stuff that they churn out, just like all the Marvel
I
Studios
guess it
games. and
depends.
that.
You're going to enjoy.
But you don't need to buy
If
them
you're,
all,
if
do
you're
you?
more into Indiana Jones or
Yeah. No,
Batman,
not at all, yeah.
then you're going to enjoy those more. I
Yeah.
guess
Yeah.
it depends which
And I
series
don't
you're more
think you need
into.
to buy them all. You just buy the ones you. I mean, I think Indiana Jones is the best one.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the best.
Is there a
It's
face
just my
melting
favourite
kit?
because his head falls off.
But what I mean,
Because
is
I love
sort of,
Indiana Jones.
as
Yeah.
the Lego games are
Or
sort
where
of,
he ages really quickly.
I was
That's
really
pretty
scared of
the
that.
Lego games are sort of an alternative to the rubbish movie tie-in games that come
Yeah.
out. Like, I'd much rather play a Lego game that has the stuff going on there rather than
But
just
do
some
you,
really
do you think
rubbish
people know
thing.
that now?
Pa-
And they're just going, "Oh, here you go, make a Lego game," because they won't get.
This is
So
the first
part of
Lego
me
game
just
that's
like
come out
off.
around the same time as a film, isn't it? Like, to come out
Yeah.
around the same
Harry
time.
Potter, is that out?
Possibly,
No.
actually. I don't know.
I think it's
But that was Harry Potter was like
as the film.
there's always a Harry Potter film.
Yeah.
Well, no, well, like the first Lego Indie came out at the same time as Crystal Skull, but
did it?
Crystal Skull wasn't in it though.
Yeah.
it wasn't in. So,
And then they
but
did.
the thing is, I know it doesn't affect the quality of the game itself, but I'm just getting a bit annoyed now because we've had like 8 now, 9 now, and
It's alright, we're not going to give you any more Lego games to
no,
review.
that's
fine.
I don't mind it. It's just it's an easy review. It's just like play through it and go, yep, that was the same.
It's very difficult to be critical of it, though.
It is because the actual gameplay is fun, but it just annoys me
I
that
guess it got
It's
to that
the
point
same.
with Rock Band /
Yeah,
Guitar
completely.
Hero as well,
Yeah.
didn't it?
Yeah,
Where
it-
it's like, it's another one,
Yeah.
slightly different.
Yeah.
Tom, tell us about Pokemon. Pokemon White.
Pokemon White. Oh yes, I like that very much.
Yeah.
I've been playing it.
Done. Moving on.
Pardon? Yeah, moving on. Go over No, I've been playing that because I got my 3DS around the time that Pokemon sort of came out, and then I didn't play it for ages, and then I've started playing Pokemon White, and it's amazing. It's brilliant, as we've discussed it at length
Yeah, we should have
many
done
many
the-
times.
should have done the jingle.
Pokemon.
Bang, 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 bang.
I-
Pokemon chat.
Yeah, I'm about half. Well, I don't know how far I'm through. I'm up to the 4th gym leader.
Yeah.
Just trying to get my ground Pokemon up to a standard,
Yeah.
so I can take them
what's
on.
Who
Take
do you
them
send
on.
into battle first?
Who do I send?
Obviously dependent on the
It
type
depends
you
on
come
the
up
type
against.
I come up against. Of
So
course.
in my limited experience of Pokemon,
Are you still playing?
I just had like one guy who was awesome.
Yeah,
This
that's
beats
what,
everything.
that's
This is
basically what happens to
brilliant.
me. I try and
a Togetic.
get the others up to a good level, and then they just get smacked in the eye. Oh, come on, then do what? Bang, finish, and then that's
Yeah.
the end of it. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Who was your starter?
who's my starter? Oshawott,
Yeah, boy. Yes.
I don't like his face.
Actually, no.
which I really like.
He's got good. I think
Yes, we have
we've
been.
over this.
We
have,
have
yeah.
been over this. He's got a really, he's got a really good evolution.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's brilliant, and I don't know if anything will beat it this year.
That is a bold claim.
Massive.
Yeah, I know.
Don't you realise Thor is out this year? On Wii.
I can't see it.
The Green Lantern.
Combat of Giants.
Combat of
Splinter
Giants.
Cell.
Yeah.
No, you got Zelda.
Anything Steve's review?
Oh, Super Mario 3D. When's that out?
That'll be next year.
Will
Will
that be
That'll be
next
this
year?
Christmas.
Will it?
Confirmed.
Meg.
Is it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, he said it in the interview.
Did he?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, right, okay.
You did some news on it, Tom.
Did I?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
There's so much news. It's like the Matrix, but news.
I had like a Pokemon casualty.
Really?
Well, you guys know. I lost my Pokemon cartridge.
Yeah.
I've actually lost mine too, but carry on.
You look genuinely heartbroken.
I am, because I hated Pokemon. And, well, if you listen like 2 podcasts ago and listen to how excited I was, and I was loving it when we first, me and Steve were playing it. And
You sound really upset. Even now, you sound really
Yeah,
upset.
it's brought me down. Just listening to you guys talk about it, I got to the. I did.
Get a bit tearful.
I did write something on the internet saying, look, if anyone wants to get to just after the 4th gym and collect every single Pokemon, the exact same ones that I did, then I'd give them something that I could find. But no one's done it yet, so.
Yeah, not sure why.
Yeah.
It seems like I don't know why anyone would want to.
No, I'm good. I lost my
do
cartridge.
that.
I have no idea where it is. I don't know what to do.
Can you imagine if there actually was a Pokemon casualty? As in an episode, it just starts with Psyduck on the roof fixing his TV aerial, and then we know what's going to happen here. Just
Pseudo Woodo doing
I know.
some dangerous gardening.
exactly. Just
Instantly,
one
Watch
slip.
out for that.
Oh, he set his arm off.
instantly if anyone has
through a
found
tree.
a copy of Pokemon Black where the
Yeah.
Pokemon's nicknames are quite rude, it's probably mine. So if you can send
It's a
it
long
back,
shot.
You can send
Yeah.
it back
If we get a
that'd be
letter
good.
next month, go.
If we get it back,
Found it.
I will marry the person that sends it in.
Okay, there's your motivation, listeners.
Be he man,
I didn't.
Man,
Child
woman,
or
or beast.
I didn't know you nicknamed your Pokemon.
Oh, you've got to.
I don't do that.
come on.
I
Keep
did.
the originals.
I did for the first time this
Really?
time. Yeah.
You got to watch out though, because you can disqualify yourself from the video game championship if you give them vaguely rude sounding.
Mine-
names.
mine are named
Disqualified
after,
instantly. I didn't have to give them
footballers.
all nicknames. If they look like something
Mine
in
named after
particular, I'd
footballers.
call them that.
What they look like rude things.
Yeah. Well,
Which ones?
um,
Let's not.
well, I don't know their names. I just
We're
know
on
him-
dangerous ground
I-
already.
Yeah,
I just know him as. That's it.
Tom informs me that his Pokemon are named after footballers.
Are Are you 12 years
as?
old,
That's
Tom?
pretty cool.
No, I guess not.
Awesome.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm playing Pokemon, for God's sake. You can't, you can't...
Grow
make
up,
it-
Tom.
Yeah,
Name them properly.
exactly.
Give them proper adult names like Kevin.
Colin.
Actually, one of
Alfred.
them is called Colin. I can't remember why. I can't remember
Colin,
why,
what
though.
footballer would that be
Can't
from
remember.
Norwich's illustrious past?
I
Are they all
can't
Norwich
remember.
footballers?
I know one's called Kevin. I know one's... Not Mashana. It's called Paul, after Paul Shana, the West Brom centre-back.
Mine's are all named after puns. Genuinely,
Oh, really?
I think of a
They're
pun
all
for
right,
each
that's
name.
a pun upon a pun, though.
Yeah.
Pokemon names are generally
Or like my
based.
Shuckle is called Aw Shucks, and so on and so
Oh.
forth.
Oh, nice.
nice.
So, yeah,
Good
there
work.
you go. Is it
Um,
though?
No.
I think it is.
Moderate to good work.
Oh, no, oh yeah, I can't remember my favourite. Or Dino, Zoff, after the 1980 goalkeeper from the Italy
that is
team.
immense.
Dino sauce.
I don't know whether to be impressed or scared of you.
He won the World Cup at
If I do
40.
get around to playing Pokemon Black and or White, I'm going to name them all after the triumphant Liverpool side of 1992.
They
which
didn't
won
have
the
many
FA Cup.
players in those days.
Yeah, surely you could
Squad
only
size
then
was big.
therefore catch about 20 or
The
so.
McMahon final, as it was known. Anyway, Steve, Pokemon-related chat.
Yes.
Global Link.
Global Link. I'll quickly run through how Global Link works.
Yeah.
You take one of your Pokemon and you put it to sleep through Global Link. You go to the Pokemon.
Not in this sort of
No.
Swiss clinic kind of way. You don't put it to sleep like that.
You allow it to fall asleep in a bed. And you go to the Pokemon website, upon which you enter the dream world of that Pokemon.
Yeah.
You cross the imagination bridge.
You're making this up.
Cross imagination bridge, take a left at Tesco, and you're there.
By the cabbage tree.
If you
There
see,
is a tree.
yeah, if you see the Coke machine, you've went too far.
You end up in the forest of
Dean?
Feelings.
It's like they all have. Yeah, here we go.
It's the Forest of Feelings from Care Bears, remember?
Great names, yeah.
I said the Forest of Dean.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Forest of Dean. I
So-
love that. They suddenly
Suddenly went to the
suddenly
West
put
Country.
Sort of mod, just tedious
Forest.
real life locations.
Yeah.
Turn left at Reading.
It's not the imagination bridge. It's the Rainbow Bridge,
Oh, now I get you.
where you arrive at the Island of Dreams. In the Island of Dreams, you'll encounter Pokemon from any point in the past generations.
Which is amazing.
So you
That's
might
cool.
You might come across a Rattata, for example.
Yeah, that'd be a first. Certainly never done that.
A Rattata will challenge you to a race or some sort of game, like an ice cream scooping game, or a game in which you fly through the sky. If you win,
I'm enjoying your narrative style.
Yes.
if you win, you go to the Tree of Dreams. On the Island of Dreams.
This is made up.
This is all true. Floating around the Tree of Dreams, you'll see other players' Pokemon. You can click on them and see their names. If you have a berry with you, you can place a berry inside the wishing hollow of the Tree of Dreams.
Story of my
It's
life.
just like a whole extra thing.
Yeah, with
As if-
ridiculous names.
Yeah.
And
And
when
if
you go
black
back-
and white wasn't huge enough.
Yeah, it sounds
This
way
extra
too
thing is
complicated.
like
It's mind-boggling. I don't know how I figured out how to do it. But you eventually you wake up your Pokemon back on your 3DS or your DS, whatever you're playing it on, and the Rattata that you played with will be available to catch in the Entralink Forest.
Cool.
So, yeah,
What-
that's how that
amazing.
works.
What impresses me.
Basically, it gives you access to all of the old Pokemon. I was saying that.
I wish you just said that.
I keep coming across the same Pokemon over and over again. Basically, Far-fetched, Rattata, that weird-looking one. They're all in there.
All the big names. you know.
There's quite a lot of weird looking ones.
What impresses me is that
really interesting sideline that they've just
Yeah.
and they've not really told anyone that it's there.
No, that's
It's like-
ridiculous. Yeah, it should have been available.
this
from
whole
launch in
extra
fairness, and then they
game.
could have gone with it.
yeah,
It feels really strange to obviously have your Pokemon on your cartridge and then go see it on the website. It's weird.
I like that.
Yeah.
Transmedia, they call it.
I certainly do.
Don't they ever?
So,
Well, with Global Link fully discussed.
Bellsprout, that's the other one.
That's,
The moment's gone.
we don't care anymore. What impresses me is that the Island of Dreams actually depicts my actual dreams.
Does it?
Because I constantly dream about ice cream contests with Ratata. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah,
we
we're
dream
going.
of flash-based mini games featuring Pokemon. So in that respect, it's bang on.
Success.
With online stuff, I'm still going through the Street Pass stuff. I mean, we've discussed before saying that Street Pass and all the me stuff wasn't designed to be used in an office with 9 people.
Yeah,
Um,
I feel a little bit empty inside now that I've got all the
A lot of
hats.
people have been saying that.
Street
and
Pass
all the tiles.
Yeah, we've got everything. That's the thing. I mean,
we need to be careful not to sound too smug here, because we're getting a lot of letters
Yeah,
as well,
exactly.
and forum posts saying, "Well, I've only got
I live in the
One-
Orkney Isles.
Yeah.
But that's
I've
quite
got like
good.
one mate with a 3DS." So
Yeah,
But yeah.
but I've started.
But it is designed.
we're living a charmed life
Yeah.
where Street Pass is concerned.
Just
But it's the
strutting
opposite
around
though.
on the place.
Yeah,
It's the opposite though, no,
60 of
because
them.
in a way I wish I was still
Yeah.
someone who only has a few, because like there's so much more still to do,
Yeah.
and it's like an achievement when you find someone new.
Yeah.
We've emptied it dry now, and we're like just sitting depressed now. I'm
Although,
moving on to like harder
I-
things like Farmville.
having said we need to be careful boasting. I'm going to massively boast now. I've got the holy grail of Street Passes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Shigeru Miyamoto.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was the best present you've ever given me. Well, the only present you've ever given me.
Well,
But
yeah.
Therefore the best.
when you had me and Steve were like, "Will you take off?"
yeah, we just slip a 3DS into your bag.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
for anyone who hasn't guessed already, there's an issue out next month, June issue, on sale. Full interview with Mr. Miyamoto, which I did, and took Gavin Steve's 3DSs along.
Yeah.
At the start of the interview, he opened his 3DS and he was like, who are all these men?
Yeah.
there's only us here, and yet there's loads of people coming into my plaza.
Didn't you say there was one journalist who didn't have a 3DS?
Yes,
They
there
shot
was.
him in the face,
Miyamoto-
didn't they?
That was a
Spit
bad
at him.
move.
I think that
Yeah, there was an awkward moment where he was like, "So,
Yeah.
where's yours?"
Yeah.
Really?
Did you really?
The journalist went,
At home.
You just stand up
then-
and slap him in the face.
No,
which is why you should never
That's when-
invite newspaper journalists
Yeah.
onto prestigious interview opportunities.
Yeah.
I believe Miyamoto then just shot him point blank in the face.
That's
at that
right.
point.
He was taken out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was some muffled screaming and then a gunshot later on. Maybe that's what.
It was a silencer, but you could tell.
Yeah.
You can still tell.
It wasn't Miyamoto who did it, but he gave the order.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's well, the blood's
It
on
sounds
his
like-
hands,
it sounds
just
like
metaphorically,
it
not
sounds
so much
like
literally.
But I've just started sending myself tasks of meeting more people. And so, like, I want to get to 150, I want to get to 200. So I think I'm on 140 right now. But,
Really?
yeah.
I'm on like
That's a lot.
40.
Well, I take it around different places, and like I
got
picked
like
up like
60.
64 at the Kapow Comic Con.
Cheat.
How's that cheating? Go other places.
Yeah.
Leaving the house.
Cheating.
Taking it around.
Can't believe you actually
But,
go places.
There's one
Taking
guy
it around using it as it should be used.
Yeah, exactly.
Cheat.
There's one guy, because my name on it is Gav O&M, and there's one guy that I encounter every single day called Yumi. And Yumi, if you are listening, come on, man. I encounter him every day. I've almost met with him the same amount of times I met with you guys. You can always give each other messages and stuff in person. And he said, "Do you work for O&M?" I said, "Yes." I couldn't think of anything else to say. Literally just
Maybe
that.
try no.
Why don't you show some interest in what he does?
Yes.
Yeah, Gav.
He just says, "I like
Yes.
dogs."
Take.
Yes. Any
People
more
like
questions?
Yeah. Leave me alone, you square.
But,
Take. You never
his,
give.
I was the other morning. I was on the station. I'm bearing in mind I've seen this guy now like a lot of times on my 3DS, so I know what his face, what his me face looks like. And,
Just looking for a man with a big cartoon face.
No arms or legs.
no, but I mean like my like if you looked at my me and looked at and you got me in a room and then you looked at me, like, oh, that's
As we know
obviously
from previous podcasts,
Got
you are
cartoon
very
face.
easy to
Yeah.
draw.
But I seen this guy standing on the tube station, and I was convinced it was this Yumi guy. So I thought I go out my 3DS, sort of just thinking he'd see me with it. And obviously, I look exactly like my me, so he'd come over. He didn't. So I thought, well, all right, I'm going to go and say something. And this part of my brain is going, don't do that. Don't do that. And I was like, no, I'm not bound by social
Properly
rubbish.
arguing with your own brain.
Oh, really?
No
It was
brain.
About 10 minutes. So I went over to him and I just went, oh, so are you Yumi? And I like pointed at the screen.
That's such a confusing sentence.
I know.
You me.
Well, the thing is though, I was having this internal battle with myself, going, don't speak to strangers.
To be clear, after 10 minutes of standing muttering to yourself, you went
No,
over
it's
to
all
a
internal
stranger.
stuff. Well, when
I asked him if he was Yumi.
So when I pointed, I said, "Oh, is this you?" And
It was very loud, so you had to shout really loudly at him.
and he was just like, "No, mate." And then I was like, "Oh no," and I was like, "Oh, are you Yumi?" And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, oh, is this thing with the 3DS? It's like Street Pass. I started explaining Street Pass to him, and I was like, only afterwards, I was just like, oh my god, he must have thought. I was in my own mind, I was saying, shut up, stop talking about Street Pass to him. And I was like, oh, it's really good.
Kind of a big deal.
I was even explaining
many
my puzzle
leather-bound
pass to him. But yeah, it turns out it wasn't him, and this guy was just like, no, man.
Was the real Yumi just sat there laughing at you?
Yeah. If he was, then Yumi, if you do get in touch now, I'll kick your head in. But
It's not Street Fighter, it's Street Fighter.
But yeah, it was an interesting team journey because the guy just walked off and went down in a different carriage.
Yeah.
We hadn't gone on the tube.
He called the police, right?
I'm not allowed out.
I just got annoyed this month that the first time I go on a proper long holiday for a while, Miyamoto comes to Britain and then Nintendo announces a new system while I'm away, and I come back and go, all right, everything's happened.
And someone brought us a cake.
Then someone brought a cake to the office after I've been here, 67
Well, I checked with
issues.
Nintendo and they were waiting for you to go on holiday.
Well, I thought as much.
And the guy who made the cake said the same thing.
Yeah, I'll give him a piece of my mind and get a piece of the cake.
He was so relieved when he didn't see you.
They actually did buzz up and say, is Scully in there? And they said, no, well, I've got a cake.
Well, in that case.
Here's a cake.
No, there were jokes when...
Sorry.
There were jokes.
It's like leg spasm there.
Why did you kick the table?
Yeah, apologies.
Both of you were out, and so they just got me and Steve.
Yeah.
That's outrageous.
Not
The B team.
I wasn't here either.
Essentially. they wanted to meet me. That's what was going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They didn't mention you, Tom.
No.
I also got annoyed when I tweeted earlier this month. You know, when everyone started.
We can't just list your grievances.
No, this is my errand. When earlier this month, when everyone was still telling rumours about the new the Wii's successor and everything, everyone was saying, "Oh, what do you think?" And people kept tweeting me saying, "Chris, what do you know about this?" And I just put up a big tweet saying, "Listen, there's no point going on about this because it might not even happen." Other sites are just saying this. It could be a rumour. Let's just wait and see. Because for all we know, Nintendo won't ever even announce it at E3, and then everyone will get angry at Nintendo for no reason whatsoever. And people are replying and say, "Yeah, good point, Chris. Yeah, that's right. Let's wait and see what happens." 15 minutes later, Nintendo bring out a press statement saying, "Yeah, we're bringing it out." It's like, they're just
Again,
they're just watching.
They did that on purpose.
Yeah, exactly. They're just waiting. So I'm not going to say anything ever again about anything.
Just, write words in a magazine and then you'll never be wrong.
Phil's.
Tom's website.
Yeah, do you want to talk
Hi,
about...
Tom.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh, I've got a jingle, haven't I?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Booting up. System loaded. Welcome to Tom's website.
So I think the motivation behind that was you're like Dr. Frankenstein and you're inventing the internet.
Am I?
In that jingle.
Wow.
Inventing the internet.
Or at least one website, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done.
Half of the internets were invented
Well done
by
for
Tom.
Really?
That's a fact.
Yeah.
My bank balance would be a lot better if I had invented the internet.
You invented the poor half.
Yeah. Okay.
Then I guess you would have been. It's like the thing in The Wire, isn't it? With like the guy who invented McNuggets isn't rich. McDonald's is rich. If you would invent the internet, you'd probably be working for.
Yeah, the guy
The man who
the
invented
internet
custard,
is-
though, is
Exactly.
rich.
He lives at the end of my street.
Does he?
So did the man who invented cat's eyes, as in the road sign guides, not the actual biological. Scottish guy. Apparently they offered him, this is a fact, they offered him like a great deal of money to make them, and he said, no, I'll just take commission on everyone you plant on the roads. He took like pennies and made a fortune.
Silly man.
No, very clever.
You get £1 for every new website, don't you, Tom? Is that right?
For every new website
Yeah,
on the
ever.
internet.
Like,
Yeah. Every
Once you've got £1.
So what-
Every
What are
time
the
someone goes
hottest
on-
topics on said website
Well-
this month?
it is actually what we've just been talking about,
Oh, that's handy.
which is the
It's because we've got the finger on the pulse.
exactly.
Several fingers on the pulse.
Several pulses.
Yes. So it is, of course, the next Nintendo console, or
Yes, indeed.
other people can call it other things.
Well,
Wii
it's not going to
2.
be called Wii 2, is it?
Project Cafe.
Yeah.
I think Wii 2 is just shorthand for the next.
Yeah.
next
Yes.
Is anyone a little bit afraid? It's called Project Cafe. That it's going to be a tablet, a computer that you use.
No, there's
They've
absolutely no way.
explicitly said that
I'm
they're
confident
they're not
that
doing tablets.
none of the route. I'll probably be wrong now in a month's time, but
Don't go down the Scullion
I'm
route.
fairly confident that
Donkey Kong Country Returns will not happen.
I might just stop talking. Actually,
I think they'll call it the Nintendo Blade, and it'll literally just be a big sword.
yeah.
I mean, every time you try and put a game in it, you lose a finger.
Yeah. Do you want to hear what they say?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Who's there?
The readers. This
Our
is
loyal community.
Mario Mad 122 or 122
Very specific.
says he wants a new Kinect-like controller.
What?
No,
Shut up.
What's
slightly
Bit-
unnecessary
bit-
reaction
bit
there,
over
Gav.
the top,
Because Kinect's done really well.
I would agree
Look at all
with
those
the
awesome games out for Kinect.
idea.
I'm defending Connect.
I agree with Gav. I wouldn't say shut up.
No, sorry, Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Forever.
Mario
Very
Mad.
Mario Mad
122.
This is why you're not allowed on the forum. Picking fights.
He also says he'd
do I
like to
ban
see a new F-Zero though. So
Yes,
and
yeah.
that's all right.
Brought it back a bit.
Talking of games, the Fly Guy, a new Smash Brothers game.
Yeah, that'd be
I
good.
think that's coming, isn't it?
Yeah.
It feels like that's coming.
I
think
hope
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope so.
Either 3DS or
Yeah.
on the next home console.
Definitely 3DS.
On the Blade.
Online
It's
play.
they've never been on handheld, so it'd make more sense
Yeah.
for it to be on the
That's true.
next.
But then I think
It's been a
people are
while,
just-
hasn't it?
Yeah,
It's been a
launch
while
game.
since
That's my
Brawl.
prediction.
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Tom
I
predicts
don't think so.
What?
launch game.
Launch game. And
Yeah.
the thing, in considering how long the last one took to make.
That's true. And
But what's he been doing since? Nothing.
Sakurai
Yeah, that's
San is working on
Yeah, that's true.
Kid Icarus.
Kid Icarus.
Yeah.
So maybe,
Maybe not.
although maybe it's Kid Icarus could be almost finished by now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sorry to keep you waiting.
It's
I really hope they change that.
No, they won't.
You think the person who came up with that was just like, oh, this will be really funny because we'll release it next year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not coming out.
because we're keeping them waiting, isn't it?
It's a new Duke Nukem.
What else is being said on the
Oh,
internet, Tom?
should I just? This person, by the way, the same person also wants a touchscreen controller, a thin one like the iPod, and plenty of Zelda games.
We've got loads of Zelda games,
Yeah.
have we not? Like,
I wouldn't
one
mind
every year.
I wouldn't mind a touchscreen controller as long as it still had buttons.
I can't see what this touchscreen control. Why everyone's going on about this.
Well, imagine this is just pure speculation. Imagine you were playing
Exactly.
like an American football
Small
game.
speculation.
Yeah.
It could be anything.
Yeah,
Absolutely
exactly.
anything.
But if it was that, imagine you were playing a football game, and you could do subs and formations and stuff on your controller. Or if you're playing an American football game, you could draw routes and stuff.
But then you can do that. But you
It
can do that
doesn't
with
feel
DS.
as revolutionary as
No.
the
No.
sort of-
No.
sound too cheesy, but the Wii was properly mind blowing.
It's not
In terms of
revolutionary, it's
how different it
evolutionary.
was. I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to make any predictions
It's because they're building,
because they'll be wrong,
building it from the ground
like everyone
up.
else's.
Yeah.
What else?
Ma-
What else?
Mario Boy just said he wants a next gen GameCube.
Fair enough. This is me.
Strange request.
Yeah. Moving. Oh yes, and other people are talking about what other things I'd like to see at E3. Scribble Nuts, nice username. Says
Yeah.
Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, Layton. So the usual stuff.
It's just lists.
And Pikmin
Thought
3.
long and hard about that list.
Yeah, Pikmin 3D. God, you slag off everyone who writes it.
Pikmin, no, Pikmin.
Mario.
I
Pokemon,
definitely. I was going to say I definitely think, but it sounds like I know, but I don't. It's speculation. I hope they announce Pikmin for either 3DS or the new system.
Yeah,
Um,
it's got to be.
That'd be
on the way,
amazing.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it isn't.
3DS
Yeah.
is awesome for it.
We just know we
don't
don't know
know
what
when.
for yet.
Mm.
Because it'll be good on either. If it's on the other one, it'll show that hardcore aren't being ignored. Because it's not really a
True.
casual game.
Yeah.
What else are they looking forward to? at E3?
Advance Wars 3DS.
Nice.
That's Thomas Matthew 89.
Yeah.
That's what
gotta
he'd
be
like.
coming, yeah.
R-Wing 64 with like Sonic Rush 3D.
Really?
Yes.
Good look at that, man.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Sonic Rush.
Yeah, it's alright.
It's okay.
It's alright, yeah.
In 3D, that'd be nuts.
Yeah.
Like, because you go in, if it's doing the same thing where it goes like from bottom, top to bottom, you'd be like
Yeah.
3D, doo-doo. Like, unless it does something clever with it.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know how that would work.
it would be incredible.
And
I've
then
got,
you're addicted to Nintendo when?
yeah, that's by Mesh, and this is actually quite popular. I
It's a
say
good-
popular.
it's clever.
There's like 5 pages of it, which when you go to off topic and go to how do you feel right now,
Yes.
that's 5 pages.
Stay away from
is
that part.
nothing.
Yeah, stay away from that.
But-
Upset after you've been there, Gav.
Yeah.
How do you
Upset.
feel right now? Bullied, sad,
Alone.
abused.
I'm not allowed on the forums anymore, won't call
Yeah,
me.
just never. If you see Gav on the internet,
Right.
do not approach. Do not approach this man.
Shut down or run a virus.
What? That's ridiculous!
Run an instant virus scan. Shut down.
Burn your piece.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're addicted to Nintendo
Yes.
when?
Now, Techno Wool says when you punch a brick hoping for money to come out. Now, I'm guessing he has never done that.
Yeah.
He's making that up, isn't he?
He might be making that
They
up.
wouldn't be able to
Someone
type.
else mentioned headbutting a brick also, which I'd imagine would be making
Does
up.
happen,
But
yeah, that
some of
explains
us
a lot.
may have done these things. I'm going to read out the longest username ever. 142520452213
That's
Oh, I know that guy.
He's
That's a
doing the
robot.
maths.
It's a robot.
says you walk around town just to try and get people on Street Pass. Which,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
That is sort of how
Yep.
it's used.
yeah. Well, it is how it's used, yes. But he's saying you
Exactly
just
how
yes, but you. That's your purpose for
Yeah.
going into town
that's
is
true.
to
I
not
do that.
I'd
go
say
and buy
when
a
I
Cornish
open-
pasty, but to
Anything of it that even slightly resembles a chest, in my mind, I go.
That's very cool. I like if I'm meeting a friend now, I walk if I'm on Oxford Street or close to anywhere like HMV or Game or something, I'll walk down there, like purposefully to try and
pick
get
up
a street
meat.
pass or something.
Yeah.
Like that's what I do.
Following that Yumi guy again.
Yeah.
yeah.
Leave him alone,
I
girl.
see him.
Maybe it's like Fight Club, and you are you.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
Spoilers. Maybe you're the ghost all along and then the boat sinks.
I really hope that's not the case.
So do I. That would have severe repercussions for your mental health.
I reckon I have to take some time
Yes.
off.
Tablets.
Sorry, Neil. It turns out I'm Yumi. I'm going to
So no,
Gotta sort this out,
I've been
mate.
setting up underground fight clubs. I
thing
need to
is-
lay low for a
The
while.
thing that would annoy me though is if he is a figment of my imagination, he beats me every time on the trophy thing. So
Like, sorry, Neil, Meatloaf's dead.
how look? Actually, yeah, no, that's what he does in Figo. He makes up a persona that's better than him, doesn't he? So
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah, maybe
that
that's-
makes sense. Then.
That could actually be happening. Okay, well,
Stay
while
tuned.
you wrestle with mental health issues,
Yeah.
Tom, any more?
Yeah, Retro Toad says when you close your eyes and see Tetris blocks, Chris
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I do that.
widely reported.
being in the Guinness.
Yeah, someone just told me that I was in the Guinness Book of Records for Tetris, because that, remember the feature we did a year and a bit ago
Yeah.
about, and I didn't realise it on the Tetris page in the Guinness Book of Gaming Records, they've got the top 10 Tetris high scores, and I'm number 7 still. Just
Round of
behind,
applause for Chris there.
Well, dude.
just behind Steve Wozniak.
Is that the
of
proudest moment of your life?
Ex-Apple. No, because I know I can do higher than that. I just need to record. I want to beat Wozniak of Apple. If I can beat him, that'd be. Although the one in 10th place is a fake name, I'm sure of it. It's something like M Eustache, as in moustache. That's not
That
a real
doesn't
name.
even work. Also, like,
No.
That's just no.
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 The
It's like no one would ever pronounce it like that. No one would ever pronounce that moustache.
yeah.
Because no one calls you like Nlong or
People
Shogarty.
do actually call me Teast.
Yeah.
That's true, I call you
fun,
Teast.
actually,
But no one says like Shogarty,
Yeah.
That's true.
Gamarfi.
Yeah. I call Frank Lampard Flampard. Not that I ever see him. But
All right, Lampard.
Flamps.
There's a proper name for that, closing your eyes and seeing chest thing. It's nocturnal tetraculation.
Is that similar to window?
I
What was that thing?
I'd be delighted to have that.
That
Every
window.
boy goes through that phase.
Yeah.
What was the one you
What was that window? Is it similar to that? Window
Window
violation.
Window violation, yeah. All about the technical terms. This month.
Sounds like quite a night at the Murphy house. Window violation. and then,
The amount of times I've calculated over a window violation, you do not want to know.
Good lord.
Right.
And, on that note,
Can I read out one more
Yeah,
from
go for it.
575 Revolve, who says you have a wider range of knowledge of Pokemon than you do about real life animals. I'm probably with him on that.
Yeah.
Quite, yeah.
I can name like 7 animals.
really?
Yeah.
That many?
I'm the same, but 5 of them are breeds of dogs. Technically only 3.
Instead of shouting at your dog, when are you going to evolve?
I'm feeding you as many rare candies as I can. It's going to kill it.
I've got an amazing iPhone app which I want to show. And this is I
sound
like to
good.
think of it as a real world Pokedex. So you point it
Right.
at an animal and then it says what it is.
I want that.
Horse.
And then you can
Other apps are available, thank you.
you can do things like here's another one.
Seagull.
And you get a little picture of a seagull. So
Just as a legal disclaimer, the Apple iPhone is not a suitable alternative to Nintendo 3DS gaming system.
That's absolutely correct, Chris. I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Yeah, it ain't even 3D.
Yeah, have some of that. Apple.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Right.
So that's
That's
what's
that.
hot on the internet this month. What's happening on Nintendo TV then?
I think we got a jingle for that.
Yeah.
We've got an app for that.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Nintendo TV time
Brilliant.
with Gav Murphy.
Hello.
Gav Murphy on the TV. Nintendo TV.
That's the jingle I get.
So Nintendo TV, what's happening?
Loads of stuff.
Yeah.
By the time this goes out, the Nintendo TV Attack the Block special will be there. I did possibly one of the coolest interviews I've ever done, where we sat down with all the young cast from Attack the Block, which is a new sci-fi British action film thingy, directed by Joe Cornish of Adam and Joe fame. But yeah, had an entire hour with the cast. So we sat down with them
Brilliant.
and took along some 3DSs and did like a little Pro Evo 3DS tournament, and it was genuinely the funniest hour that I've spent actually doing work ever. Like, Steve, you've
yeah,
seen a
I
lot of
listened
it.
back to it and I was
it's
cracking
like-
up. They're really
because-
funny guys.
Yeah, because usually going into we do like film stuff just to mix it up a little bit, and you can see famous people playing games and stuff. But if you're interested in that sort of thing, if you're not, then. But yeah, but like I always go into these things thinking, I mean, I don't even know if these people are going to be into games and stuff. And like one of the guys in particular, like Simon Howard, who plays Biggs in the film, mentioned like, "Oh, do you play Pokemon?" I was like, "Oh yeah, we do." And so does Liam, our cameraman, as well. And he was proper schooling us.
Really?
Like, he's like, "Oh, who's in your team?" We're going through. He's like, "Serious?" And like they're
He's
all
mocking your
yeah.
Pokemon efforts.
And they're all really, really funny and stuff. So, like,
Really?
the episode is brilliant. I've just been sort of putting the
Brilliant.
finishing touches to it. Yeah, so check that out because it's really, really good.
Yeah.
And then next week we've got a FIFA special where I hung out at the EA. That's why I wasn't here last month. I was in Vancouver.
The glamorous lifestyle of
What did you
Nintendo
tell them?
TV.
What did you tell them I was doing?
You
when
You did actually say prison.
yeah, we told you
said
you were in prison for a window violation.
But yeah, no, I was in Vancouver messing around the FIFA studios, and that was pretty amazing.
Yeah. The next couple of weeks, you and I are going to E3.
We are indeed.
Yeah, all right.
That is going to be amazing.
Whereas we'll be here doing real man's work.
Whereas we'll be rubbing shoulders with the likes of Eminem.
Yeah.
Rihanna's been ringing me up all week.
Yeah. Riri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giving me all that. Saying
Just
she
keep
want to
phoning up.
hang out while we're in
Phone up
LA.
asking what her name is.
I did genuinely do a demo of, well, the ultimately doomed Tony Hawk ride with Vern Troyer.
Troyer, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Or played with it?
Yeah, how it works is you sit in a room with the developers and they show you the game and then you play on it for a bit.
Yeah.
And halfway through, Vern Troyer came in on a sort of
Segway.
like
Mobility scooter.
a small scooter type thing with a bodyguard and had a bit of a go on Tony Hawk's Ride.
With you?
Yeah.
Was he any good?
He was a little bit too small to use the board properly. So it's an unusual choice for
That's awesome.
a game demo.
Can you guarantee that will happen? Yeah, other than that, when Dead or Alive comes out, we've got an amazing Dead or Alive feature ready to go.
Yeah.
So that should be amazing.
All good stuff on the Nintendo channel every single Friday.
Every single Friday, for free on the
Brilliant.
Nintendo channel. If you check out the O&M YouTube right now as well, there's a one-off special of Lego Pirates of the Caribbean episode that we put up there you can view on the YouTube. So if you're
You'll
yet to
taste
check
it.
out Nintendo
On the
TV,
YouTube.
yeah.
If you go to the Google,
Yeah.
Google.
So if you go to O&M's YouTube right now, you can see an entire episode. So if you've never seen it before, this is the best chance to have a look at what you're missing.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. So that's Nintendo TV. That's what we've been playing and what's been on the website. Now it's reader
This
questions.
is my favourite new jingle.
I don't understand, Professor. Why are we going to help solve an inheritance dispute?
This is an altogether unique and exciting situation, and it has piqued my intellectual curiosity. There we go. Frankly, I'm ashamed.
Another brilliant jingle there from Matthew Davidson. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
that's the best one.
I think I have the answer.
Here's my answer. Look.
Here's my answer, Luke.
So our answers.
Absolutely.
We should be answering the following
You're getting
questions.
good at this, man.
Segue.
Only took
Can
us
you read them
22
out in a
episodes.
Professor Layton voice? Hi, guy.
Here's my question.
This is from
Here's
James
my
Mail,
question.
who asks, if you could spend a day... No, I'm not going to No. If you could spend a day with any game character, then who would it be and what would you get up to?
Leisure Suit
Keep
Larry.
it clean.
Never mind then.
Even before I said it.
He said,
I retract.
Mine would be Slowpoke.
Really?
I reckon just be
Well,
hilarious.
he's just chill him down a well.
Just walking around with him.
Yeah.
Like, I think we're similar builds. So I'd draw a beard on him.
You've got similarly sized tails.
Yeah, people would think they were twins. Imagine all the hijinks we get up to.
Yeah, but then the police come and you try and leg it and
Oh
he's not
yeah,
having it.
I'm done. I mean, I can still run though.
That's true.
I'm flighty. don't let the size fool you, Chris. I'm very spry.
I've seen him leap over a 7-foot tall wall.
Steve has seen this, but I mean, Slowpoke. Yeah, he's going to jail.
Going to the
I'd
pokey.
like to hang out with Toadsworth.
Yeah,
He's like
yeah.
a well-read guy.
Yeah.
It'd be like going to see a nice older relative, wouldn't it?
You've been born for a while though.
Well, no, I like
you
hanging
could
around with old people.
yeah,
I enjoy
I'd like
it.
to hang
I
around
enjoy
with the
tales of them.
Gran from Legend of Zelda Wind Waker.
Yeah, she seems nice. doesn't
Yeah,
she?
seems
You
like a
know,
nice person.
Nice cup of
As a-
tea.
the Gran from Legend
Wind
of
Waker.
Zelda.
We're always going on
Wind
about
Waker.
the
I know,
Gran.
she's
Yeah.
very nice. She's
Yeah.
very nice. Seems like a very nice person.
Yeah.
I would hang out with Leighton, just mostly because I just heard him on the jingles. The first person. I would love
That's an openly lazy answer.
But, yeah,
Well, we could
it's
give
not
you
a
some
question that I've
mysteries.
ever thought of answering, I have to say.
Yeah.
And
No,
I-
I thought that.
you know.
Well, that's why we're posing the
Yeah,
question now.
no, it's a good
Who would you
question.
hang out with, Chris?
I'd hang
See
out
what deep in
with
thought there.
Tingle. I think we'd have a night out in Soho,
Yeah.
get a bit outrageous. So,
Get a little bit crazy.
exactly. So yeah.
Or, as discussed earlier, two crude dudes.
Oh,
Yeah,
Two Crude
Two Crude
Dudes.
Dudes.
Anyone who hasn't heard of Two Crude Dudes should check it out. It's the best
I
title
think
ever.
a night on the town with those two dudes.
Old Mega Drive game.
Anyone in
you
a
pick-
game with the word dude in the title.
You
Bad
pick
Dudes versus Dragon Ninja. Incredible.
if you pick two crude dudes, then I'll pick Toe Jam and Earl. And then
Oh, come on.
literally,
then.
London
dudes.
London won't
Too
know
many,
what hit it.
too many dudes for once. Don't spoil the broth. That'd be.
Although, I don't know, Earl looks much cooler than Toe Jam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
leave him alone.
Toe Jam looks like...
He'd be like the whipping boy of the group. Whoever could
Yeah,
bully
a
him.
bit
Yeah.
too excitable, kind of
Yeah.
annoying after a couple of drinks.
He's very small.
Of Coca-Cola, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have Toe Jam. No, I'll have Earl and Slowpoke.
Slowpoke.
The three of us, we look
Three
amazing
three
together.
amigos.
That was a brilliant question. Thanks, James.
Well done, James.
Yeah, Max Higdon asks.
Great name.
Indeed. Have any of you collected all the gold rings on Pilot Wings Resort? That's Max Higdon texting the question now.
Yes. Hot off the press.
Because on a forum on the internet, he's helpfully added.
This is one of Tom's internet.
Most people only have 59 out of 60.
Yeah, it's
does the last
possible.
one even exist? It
Yeah,
definitely
it
does.
It
yeah.
definitely does.
You've collected them all, haven't you, Chris?
I haven't collected
I've
them
not
all.
collected them all, but I know they exist. I've
Yeah.
seen what happens when you do collect them all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We talked about
Crazy stuff.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
All the rings that you fly
Is
through.
he talking about? No, he's talking about the gold rings, not the information points.
No, yeah, he means the
Yeah.
rings you fly through
Don't you just get a?
in the plane.
Spoilers.
It's not a spoiler. Actually, it isn't a spoiler. You just get you get one of the diorama things, don't you?
Oh, do you?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do.
What
Do you
happens
wanna
if
Is
you
that
get?
not a spoiler?
No,
No.
because you get a diorama for 20, then 40, then
Oh,
60.
In a way.
Okay.
So, but yeah, you can get them all.
So that question is actually quite sensibly answered.
The
So
end-
well done.
yeah.
us.
Really awesome.
Cyber GW says, I like the fact that he's used the word cyber. It's like we're in the 90s all
What do you think? What do you think GW stands for?
Don't know.
Gareth Williams. Read out his question.
Following last month's question, what video game would make the best musical? And this doesn't include music games like Jam with the Band or anything like that.
I like to imagine how he said that. And this doesn't include music.
Before you try and get all clever on us and take the easy bus out of Hard Street, you gotta go.
Simon Gareth Williams has rumbled.
Elite Beat Agents. There you go.
No, I said no music games.
No music
Tom.
games, Tom.
It's already a musical.
Any Zelda game, that'd be amazing.
Zelda
Ocarina of
musical.
Time, there you go, done.
Done.
Next.
Majora's Mask. Done.
They make everything into musicals, like Spider-Man, Shrek,
Yeah.
Spider-Man's
Super Mario would be
Spider-Man's
amazing.
dangerous though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Super Mario.
Batman. It's not a
Batman.
musical.
I would say
Mario, there's loads of stuff that could go on, like Mario on Ice.
it's
That
too
must have
much.
been done.
Mario on Ice has been done
Yeah.
with Jason Bateman and what's her face? Her from that thing from the 80s.
Oh, Michelle Pfeiffer, yeah.
No, Google, YouTube it. It's Nintendo Ice Capades. It was like late 80s. It
Don't
was,
they fall into a television?
no, they come out the television. King Koopa comes out of television and attacks, and it's on ice. And Princess Peach has got like a weird New York accent. She's like, "Oh, I like a boy in uniform." That's genuinely how she talks.
And Jason Bateman's in it.
Jason Bateman's in it. He explains to whatever her face is. These are the guys from the Super Mario Brothers. This is the evil King Koopa. And then see that and this is genuine. Then
I'm off.
loads of people dressed up as enemies skate onto the stage, and Mario and Luigi have a bazooka and blow them away genuinely with a bazooka,
That is
and
not
they explode.
canon, isn't it?
It's definitely not canon, but that's genuine. Look it up. Nintendo Ice Capades.
How about Leighton musical? That would be.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Phoenix
I
Wright
have
musical would be
the
good.
answer.
Yeah,
Thank you, Professor.
That's me singing.
You've shown me. Yeah, woman.
Absolutely, that would, like Jerry Spring the Opera is the type of sort of like thing because that is a trial.
Yeah,
Jerry
yeah.
Spring the Opera. So yeah, Phoenix Wright would be amazing.
Not quite as controversial.
I hope
as
it's as
would hope.
dirty as Jerry Spring the Opera.
I don't.
We need to work on a Leighton musical.
Yeah, we do.
That would
Right.
work.
I'm sure they'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks for
think-
your question, Cyber GW.
Well, I'm Simon Gareth Williams.
Indeed. If you want to send in questions for next month, send an email to onm@futurenet.com. The subject heading podcast question. Now it's a competition. So last month's winner, Chris, the task was to pitch us a game.
Yeah,
A
it was.
game idea.
Pitch is a bad one. I really quickly do. We had ones like Stare Back Brock, where you had to look at Brock from Pokemon for as long as possible. That's from Martha Wynne Owen. There's one from David Parkinson called the Nintendo Nut. It's a 4-bit system, which costs $999.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and so there's we got loads, and some of them are amazing. One where you just control a Goomba from Super Mario Bros. And can only walk left and right until you get squashed.
Okay.
The winner was Francis Hannon, who actually did send us a proper PowerPoint presentation, even though we were joking about
really
it.
good.
Is a game based on the popular TV show Four Weddings, in which you plan your dream wedding to compete against vicious, bitter brides. So apparently you design your own bride and groom avatars, and there's cooking mini games to make sure your food's better, dance mini games, boxing mini games to get rid of unruly relatives, and then once you've completed it, you can unlock celebrities such as it says here, compete against serial brides, including Katie Price, Patsy Kensit, and Janice Dickinson. Tiny bit libelous, but yeah.
He's really done his research there.
Yeah, it's well done.
Possibly by googling the words serial bride.
So, wouldn't be the first person to have done that. Anyway,
that serial bride line really made me laugh.
Yeah, serial
very,
brides.
very amusing.
So well done, Frances. I think it's a female because it's Frances in the female spelling.
I see.
With the E rather than
Well
the
done.
I.
Brilliant stuff.
So well done.
You win some prizes, but
Yes.
those prizes will in no way be as good as this month's
They
selection.
pale in comparison.
They do indeed. 4 DS games. I've written in all caps in my notes and everything.
That's brilliant.
4. The surprisingly okay Rio. The surprisingly shoddy Lego Ninjago.
Although that
Don't know how to
comes
say that.
comes with a free DVD
does
with
indeed.
4 episodes of the cartoon. I struggled through it.
I struggled. The definitive.
That's the quote on the box.
Chris Gunn
That's the
did
quote.
that,
That's the quote on the box. I struggled.
This was quite difficult.
And 2 new arrivals came in this morning, in fact, I think. The Emily the Strange game, which we've yet to play, but well, I don't want to comment on its quality.
Yeah, let's just say we're not
it's
keeping
not
it.
looking good.
The colours.
Let's say it's not the
on
lead
thing was quite
review.
nice, yeah. I like the colours scheme.
It does look. The artwork's nice.
And it came with a German inlay seal.
Yeah, it did. So look forward to that.
You get that as well.
And but best of all, there is the extraordinary.
The greatest title ever.
This is the full title: Marie Antoinette and the American War of Independence, Episode 1: The Brotherhood of the Wolf.
That's incredible. That's like 12 games crammed into one title.
Yeah, like Marie Antoinette,
Yeah.
one game. American War of Independence, another game. Brotherhood of the Wolf. None of these things match up.
Unlinked at all. But I love
That's the worst thing about it.
I love the logo on
What's
the
Marie
pack.
Antoinette got to do with the American War of Independence?
This is why there is a splash. There's a little flash in the corner of the box.
That's the best bit.
A picture of a smiling old man and the words "time travel."
And no, it doesn't even say this is a time travel game. This game involves time travel. It just says time travel. It's just an old man going, hello.
Man, as if it was like a picture of like
Is it someone's
Doc
gonna-
out of Back to the Future.
Is there someone's
Time
going
travel.
to look at it and
That
say,
would make sense.
when did Marie Antoinette meet wolves in some US conflict? Oh, okay, time travel. Fair enough.
Extraordinary stuff. Really amazing.
As you pointed out, the box art, you could draw better.
I could literally draw better artwork than that.
It looks like a
And I'm
knockoff.
very poor at
thing,
drawing.
because they were committed to the title on the front of it. But on the side, they haven't even thought, right, how are we going to fit this on? Just don't put it on. Just don't put it
It's not on the front of the
on.
box.
The War of Independence isn't on the side.
So look out for that review.
The wolf is.
not that we're judging a game.
Yeah, we don't judge games by their covers.
Yeah, for all we know,
I
it could be
do.
the next.
It could be incredible.
For all we know, it could be the next Bioshock.
Yeah.
Please put that in the review.
Could be the next Bioshock. Chris Cully.
Well, I've said it now, so you know it's going to go on the package, and they're going to recall the packaging.
Could be the next
Could be the next
Bioshock.
Bioshock.
The people who
They turn around and know.
the people who do the PR, they'll be like, we've got to get some posters done.
Call it back.
So fans of French history, Civil War,
Wolves.
and wolves,
And time travel.
would be, and time travel, recommended by
Oh, it's
a
episode-
generic old man.
Episode 1 suggests that they're going to
Yeah.
do more.
This is
It would
definitely.
be like episode 2, Titanic and the Taliban. It's just like completely pointless things.
But yeah, it's like well, they're definitely sticking with Marie Antoinette and the American War of Independence for some reason.
They really
But the-
narrowed it down. They can't.
The episode 2, they're going to ditch the wolves.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
move on to vampires.
Episode 2 is Princess Diana versus Godzilla.
You know it's going to end as well when it says, like, when you finish it at the end,
Question mark.
Or is it?
Yes, please, let it be there.
So, Marie Antoinette returns to her own time with George Washington.
we need to play it
I'm
through.
genuinely going to play all the way through this. I want to take notes.
I reckon it's going to be like Back to the Future, where they show a little bit of number 2 right at the end. Like, oh, we're in the Wild West.
Marie, it's your kids. Where we going? We don't need boats.
So, I literally can't wait to review this.
Excellent. Excellent.
Is anyone down? Is anyone down? Can I please review it?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to play it tonight. Genuinely.
Amazing stuff. So, I mean, on the theme of Marie Antoinette and time travelling and just random events happening, this month your task is to draw us as historical figures. Maybe Marie Antoinette. Are there any particular historical figures you'd like to be dressed as?
If I won't be giving prizes to anyone if they draw me as an English one. It has to be American.
They just open the floodgates to a million photos of Gavin somewhere.
Charles II.
Yeah. So that if you could draw the team, any member or all of us, preferably.
Yeah.
Don't do me as William Wallace. That's too obvious.
You definitely get that now.
Everyone knows I'm a warrior.
I'm about to go back to my desk and draw you as
I'll tear it up and spit the pieces in your face. No, I wouldn't really. I'd still like Mel Gibson.
Oh God, I literally don't know where this is going. So if you could do that, a drawing, please, and then email the results to onm@futurenet.com. The subject heading Podcast 22 Competition. That is very important. Otherwise we won't find it. We get lots of emails.
Yeah.
So do that and you'll win 4 DS games, including that Marie Antoinette one. If you want to send in questions, it's onm@futurenet.com. Subject heading Podcast Question. Issue 69 is out now, £3.99.
Wow.
Wowzers. Tom's website is officialnintendomagazine.co.uk. We're on Twitter at @ONM_UK and Facebook.com/official Nintendo Magazine.
There's literally no way you cannot contact us.
Yeah.
We're carrier pigeon box number
Well, someone came
483.
to our offices with a cake, so yeah. Literally
Come to our office. If anyone lives in London, come to our offices with more cakes. I missed out on that, and I want to see.
And
Not
you're
that
still fuming.
listen, the fumes alone are going to bring down the ozone layer.
I think if people are going to start doing this, come to our office with steak.
Just anything rhyming with ache. Bring a rake.
I like spaghetti bolognese. Doesn't rhyme with egg, but it's my favourite food.
Even a Cadbury's flake.
Just come and buy us lunch.
Yeah, exactly.
We're up for it.
Steve likes Thai food. Bye.
Yes, it was a local Thai restaurant with very affordable.
We'll amuse you for a long
Sorry, out with a free copy of Marie Antoinette. You'll basically get your own live podcast.
You don't have
Yeah,
to
exactly. It'd be like a live podcast.
Yeah.
It'll all cost you.
Only with all the swearing kept
It'll only
in.
cost you hundreds of pounds at an
I'd
Irish
rather-
restaurant nearby.
I'd rather we just eat in silence, to be honest.
Just don't look
Like
at.
we do every lunchtime.
Don't look at
Or
Gav
secretly
directly.
resenting
Don't
each other.
look at Gav directly in the eyes. He doesn't like that.
Especially when I'm eating.
Yeah. Especially when he's doing a window violation. There we go. Wrapped up.
Puts him right off.
Full circle.
For more
circle during a window
overexcitable, vaguely offensive banter, tune in or download the podcast next month. Until then, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much for listening to the podcast. Bye bye.
Do, 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 do.